I've seen some people confused about the A minor and the PDF file lyrics from that halftime performance and that diss track that we all know very well. So let me remind you. So the greatest part of that diss that we are aware of as the public seems to be inspired by this. The relationship between Drake and Millie Bobby Brown when she was extremely young. And that controversy kicked off when Millie was just 14 and she was in these interviews and she started talking about how she and Drake were such good friends and he gave her advice on boys and all this stuff, even though he was 33 and she was 14. In the interview that kicked things off in 2018, she said, "I love Drake. I met him in Australia and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model." Doesn't seem too bad yet, right? But then she went on. The actress goes on to add, we text. We just texted each other the other day. And he was like, "I miss you so much." And I was like, "I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. And I'm so excited." This is a 33-year-old texting a 14-year-old. And wow, you ladies that are watching this who have been a 14-year-old girl before, what does that sound like? What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like when you got your first boyfriend and you were super excited that it seemed like he might like you too? But it got worse. If you look up here at the top, later on in the interview, she also shares that he gives her advice about boys. And they said, "Well, what advice does he give you about boys?" And then she wouldn't spill it. She wouldn't tell it. She said, "That stays in the text messages," which is obviously something that they had agreed upon, right? Like, you don't tell people what we're talking about. Why is that? Because you would think if he was just giving her simple advice on boys, like respect yourself, don't let them push you around, it would be easy to say that, wouldn't it? Why would you have to keep that in the text messages if it was just like normal, healthy self-esteem teenager dating advice, And then in another interview, she talked about being in his dressing room. And she said that her family was there, but again, it's like why does a 33-year-old man want a 14-year-old girl and her family in his dressing room? And this was after some controversy had already kicked off about the other comments. So to me, this whole but my family was there though. I was in his dressing room, but my family was there, but I was in his dressing room. So then when that all hit the fan, they've shut up about it since. And I'm sure since she's now, legal, it's probably not tempting. But yeah, it's probably A minor. That's where it came from. That's where it came from.